dead strong band. God, I haven't even been to Homestar Runner in a long time. How do you make a JRPG? That's kind of an involved question. The difference between a duck. What? What the hell are these? Are you a rock? What's wrong with people? Will playing the Stanley Parable help make friends? I don't have any friends. Oh. Well, it totally will help you make friends. Congratulations. What the hell? How is the games? How is the game going? I hope it's good or better than the first one. It's already better. It's quite cool. Regarding your game, dear narrator. Oh, I'm never going to be able to read this in time. If you could elaborate. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. I wonder, when do they start looping around? Oh, look at that. Wong Yong. Want to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I liked seeing humorously small badger in swim trunks. What the fuck? Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? What? It's hard to read. I like the Stanley Parable as much as I liked... Oh, okay. Alright, now it's starting to loop back on itself. How do you stay in shape? That's a different one, though. I didn't see that one before. Oh, there's that one again. Alright, let's see what the rest of this museum has to offer. The Lounge. An early version of The Lounge. Oh, that's... The new version is much better. The Office. The Apartment Timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Clicking it does nothing. So I wonder... So I wonder if not picking up the phone now doesn't do anything. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Oh, you gotta love early development screenshots. I like that. I like seeing like how games are made. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. I kind of want to do both of those options, to be honest. Can I save? I can save. So I could save before and then do that. Meeting room, props. One option. First choice to obey or disobey. Two options. Obey, disobey, go to the lounge, maintenance. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Huh. Vent, what about this? To confusion ending. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. So there's a vent in the lounge? Maybe? I'll have to check that out at some point. So what's in here? The game is now paused. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this is what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Interesting. What the hell is this? Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. The Zending. Not entirely sure what that's about. What's this? Oh. Zending. The screenshot depicts what an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Oh, okay. So the Zending no longer exists. It's just a part of something else. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. It would have been funny if they did that. Oh, exit. Okay. Well, I don't want to take the exit now. An early version of the countdown room. Alright. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with the freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the 2 endings together instead. Oh, the freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. It still looks nice. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Ooh. I'm gonna push it, but I don't think it'll work. Alright, let's go this way. Freedom ending. The very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Very bleak and barren compared to what we got. This place is really big. I like this. I like looking around and seeing the little tidbits. Office clock. Screens from early development of the boss's office. Yep, the earliest version, getting the basic layout and stuff done, populating it with prompts, and the final. Okay, so this is where this goes. So, what is over here? Employee lounge? I heard some. Oh god. Mind control facility, escape, underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Looks much better now.
They're throwing a surprise party for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect.
Oh god. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game.
Probably spend the next time trying to solve it. When Stanley came to the desk, I'm just going to make this easy. Upward to the power source at the top of the facility back to trend as where you never.
It's a very dark room. Alright, that's done. So is there... I think there's another spot I haven't been to yet. Over here. Now what is this? It's all trashed. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. It is nice. As someone who used to use the source engine level editor a lot, I would enjoy... I kind of want to go back to it, you know? Create levels and stuff. It's always been something I wanted to do, but I just never got around to it. Yeah, this is back here. That's the email room. I have not been in here. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Ah. Oh, they're behind glass. I can't go in there. Alright, I think I've been everywhere. That was cool. Cool and informative. I like it. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I can't see anything.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Splat. So I wonder if actually pushing quit will count. Curious. I kind of want to try that again. I don't know. There's a lot of darkness. Oh, I think it actually wants you to quit. Oh, wait a minute. I heard something. I heard like a footstep. Pushing the buttons doesn't do anything. Nope, it definitely just wants you to hit quit. Or begin the game again. Let's do it. That's an interesting ending. I don't think I actually got that ending myself when I played the original game. But I saw other people doing videos of it, and I know that ending was in the original game. A lot of what I'm seeing is from the original game, but there's a lot of new stuff as well. Which is cool.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, there we go. I was getting concerned. It wasn't
Stanley
receiving my
went around
input.
touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Alright, so... what next?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I could choose to turn... I turned the mind control facility off last time. I want to turn it on this time. I want to see what that changes. So let's speed run it.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Don't get fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I wonder if the code is going to be exactly the same. What was it? If I can remember
The
to...
moment he entered
something.
his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
That's cool. I like that. That's funny. So is there really nothing over here? I want there to be. But I guess not. Alright, so let's go with the mind control turning on ending this time. So yeah, I can definitely see how this
Stanley
could have
walked straight ahead through the large door
17
of the
endings.
mind control facility.
Let there be light.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Let there be security cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
what's that?
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Let there be lift.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, guess again. You can actually push these. That's kind of interesting. Three. What's this? Oh. Nothing. Wait a minute. What's up with this? It's like the lights in a movie theater. On the floor, so you don't trip over the stairs. So that reminds me of... What about this? This big red button right here. No. I cannot press it. There's 5. Where's the 4? I don't know where the 4 is, and something tells me that maybe it'll be important. Oh, console's disabled. Maybe it'll be important, maybe not. But I would, at the very least, like to know where 4 is. Where's the 8 button? That's what I want to know. That is a little vent that you can get through, looks like. Oh no, wait, 4 is right there. And this was closed. Oh, it's not closed anymore. This is interesting. Push. 4. I don't think this is doing anything right now, but I'm intrigued. probably after I push this other button here.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Let's turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until
What the hell's that?
bomb goes off.
I saw something.
What
Heard
precious
something.
moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means, I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Let's push this.
My goodness,
Oh.
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Is that this one?
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Yes.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
Re-enter
It's just
passcode.
seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first.
Oh, God.
So you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Narrator, you can be kind of a dick sometimes. So see, I'm curious if you actually can enter a passcode. See, that's another example of you don't know when the game is screwing with you or not. Final input. Huh? What the hell? Welcome to... what? I'm just gonna assume that said heaven. Push all of them. Just spam click on all the buttons. If this was truly heaven, the 8 button would be in here too. Yes. Alright, I think I've had enough heaven. Oh, God, this is not heaven. This is hell. How could I have been such a fool? Oh, God. What do I do now? I'm so confused. So when does this end, I wonder? Does it end? Or am I trapped here forever? Good God! Doesn't look like this is gonna come to an end, but I'm gonna wait here for a second. I'm just give it a little bit and see what happens. On the off chance that it actually does something. I wanna see. I don't think that this is gonna happen. Alright. That is hilarious and horribly, horribly confusing. I hope I didn't miss anything by restarting. Huh? Do it again! Yeah! Going back to hell. Yes! Alright, seriously. Let's see. I can go back to the cargo lift. Let's do that.